Hello, this is SJ Talks to Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. If he didn't help push the stroller, don't push the wheelchair. If he didn't help push the stroller, don't you push the wheelchair. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I put that on the because I heard that statement from somebody. I can't remember who it was that said that. I don't know if it was I think it was a content creator that said that, and I can't remember who it was. And I put that in a, I was on somebody's video. I put that in the comment section on somebody's video, and I had people cracking up. I was on somebody's video, and I think it was Sheila True Love's video, if I want to say. Yeah, I think she was talking about that, and I put that in there. And I had people just cracking up. But I stole it. I borrowed it off of somebody else, or somebody else said it. But that's in reference to these men. A lot of these men, when they get to be a particular age, particularly over the age of 50 or over the age of 60, really particularly over the age of 60, they get to, because sometimes when they get in their 50s, they still want to think they player, sometimes they in their 50s, they still want to be player. So usually, unless, they take ill in their 50s, sometimes it does happen in your 50s, usually after the 60-year mark, men start, if they didn't take good care of themselves when they were younger, or they didn't do right or whatever the situation is, sometimes things start happening when they're in their 60s. So it just depends. Sometimes it's in the 50s, sometimes in the 60s. It depends on the person, depends on the man. Sometimes in the 50s, they still want to be player. But, a lot of men get to be a particular age, particularly over the age of 60. And, it was all fun and games when they were younger. They were out here going from one woman to the next. Some of them were creating families all over the place, knocking women off left and right and creating families all over the place, have babies all over the place, have a bunch of baby mamas. They out here breaking women's hearts and just player, and it was all fun and games. Some of them thought it was all right to walk out on their children and not take care of their children, and they was all fun and games to get a woman pregnant and say, "Oh, well, it's your fault. Bye," and go on to the next one, and not the father of their children. Some of them thought it was okay to not father their children, and then they go on to another woman and get her pregnant and do the same thing to her, and the cycle continues. And they thought it was all right to jump from one relationship to the next. Some of them thought it was okay to get married and decide, well, I didn't met somebody else. They see something else out there they want, and I'm tired of, you're bored, you're boring to me now. I want something new. They decide they want something new after about 15 years or so, or whatever, or 20 years sometimes. And they decide they want something new, and then they, kick that wife to the curb, and then they go get another one. And then some men think it's okay to have numerous affairs on their wives. They're married. They think it's okay to have numerous affairs, and I think all this is fun and games. Yeah, some of these men think it's okay to, have I don't know how many bodies, get I don't know how many bodies, as they like to say about us, body count. You know, some of these men that thought it was okay to rack up a real high body count. You know, they thought it was cool to, let's see how many notches I can get in my belt. Yeah, they thought it was cool. They thought it was all fun and games. Oh, it was having a good old time. Just having a good old time, just using women, being misogynistic, being sexist, and just using women all over the place. It's your fault. You should have chose better. Not taking accountability. Getting women pregnant, and yep, it's your fault. You should have chose better. You should have kept your legs closed. It's all fun and games. Just doing all these things to women, and not a care in the world. Putting all the blame on the women, essentially. Then, when they get to be of a particular age, in their 50s or their 60s, some a lot of times it hits men in their 60s, all of a sudden they start not making light of the situation. They start having health issues. Things start going wrong. They're older. Some of them, that wasn't in their children's life, so their children grew up without them, and their children, went, just chalked it up to, I guess my father doesn't care about me, and they just went on about their life. And then they got to be in their 60s, and they find themselves alone. If they're if they didn't build, if they were so busy out there playing around, they didn't build anything. They didn't acquire any wealth. They didn't build anything because they were so busy out there playing around. They didn't build anything. So by the time they get in their 60s, they're pretty much relatively broke. They're broke because they were so busy out there playing around and didn't acquire any wealth or anything. So they find themselves broke and having some health issues. They find themselves having a lot of health issues. It's at that point they decide that they want to find, now they decide that, you know what, I'm ready to do right. I'm ready to do right. Maybe they start going to church. All that time they were out there when they were younger, um, they maybe would drive by a church, maybe. You know, um, yeah, they weren't interested in going to church. Having drawn a closer relationship with God. They drove drive past the church. That's about it. Now they're in their 60s. They got some health issues and things. They find themselves alone. Yeah, I think I want to start going to church, and yeah, I want to start doing what's right, and serving the Lord and getting. And I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. It's never too late for that. Never too late for that. I'm not knocking that. However, I'm just painting a picture here. That's what they decide. That's what they want to do, and then they decide, yeah, I want to get to find me a nice woman and settle down and you know be the man that she always wanted me to be. I want to be the best man that I can be. People can change at any age, right? They also looking for a woman with a good with a nice house, a nice job, a good health plan. They're what they're also looking for that too. They're looking for a woman that a nurse in a purse. They're looking for a nurse in a purse and looking for a woman that can take care of them. And there's some women, a lot of women are starting to embrace. As I said in other videos, a lot of women are starting to embrace singleness, the 4B movement. A lot of women are catching on to these men's tricks. But you're going to have some women out there that are still going to be, you know, kind of wanting a man, at a particular age. And they might fall for that. But there are a lot of ladies now that are saying, no, I'm not going to be your hospice wife. you know. And so this is something for us ladies of a particular age, 50 and over. Us, because us ladies, On the flip side, when us ladies get to be over the age of 30, they call us leftover women, particularly us ladies over the age of 50. They say, you hit the wall, you're not going to get married, or whatever the situation is. Nobody wants you, you didn't hit the wall. They like to shame us and bash us. But then when a lot of these men start getting in their 50s and 60s, uh, particularly 60s, they start getting sickly and everything, and they start looking around for these women in their 50s. They start looking around. Yeah, I want to find me a woman and settle down. And yeah, I want to need somebody to take care of me. Look, I'm looking, I'm about to, yeah, I'm going to do right. I want to be a good man now. Of course they want to be a good man now. So that's something that a lot of women women are getting hip to that now. A lot of women are getting hip to, no, I'm not about to be your hospice wife. No, I'm not about to be a nurse and a purse. And ladies, just be on the lookout over the age of 50 if you still desire a mate, still desire to get married. Just be on the lookout for stuff like that. Be on the lookout for men like that. If he is over at a particular age and he is not established, he hasn't built any wealth, he doesn't have any assets, but he's kind of sickly, he's got health issues, run, run, run from him. Run from him because he wants you to take care of him. He wants you to take care of him. He wants you to be a hospice wife. He wants you to be a nurse in a purse. He wants to, particularly if he see you are established, that you have a house, that you have a good health plan, and he see that you got good income coming in, he might want to move in on you. He might want to move in on you, and you'll be making his appointments, setting up his doctor's appointments. You'll be taking him for any surgeries that he may need. Whatever, depending on the severity of his health condition. Making sure that he takes his meds, making sure he eats all the right foods, which he should have had that. Now, had he stuck by that wife that he was married to when he was younger, she would have been more than happy to do those things. See, men that get married in their 30s or 40s or 30s, maybe we'll say 30s, and they stick by their wife. They be a good man, they be a good provider, they stick around and they help take care of the children, they help push the stroller, and they help the wife and they help with the children, and they provide. They do the best they can to provide for their families. They do the best of their abilities, and they stick by their wife. Then they deserve all the care that, oh, when they get to be of that age and have health conditions, then they deserve that. They deserve that. They deserve to have a wife that's going to make the doctor's appointments and whatever. You know what I mean? If I had married somebody when I was in my 30s, and that man stuck by me faithfully and make sure I was provided for and was there for me and my kids or whatever, a sister would have been down. A sister would have been down. I would have been doing everything I could. But the problem is that these men thought it was okay to cheat on their wives, go, drop a wife and go get a younger one, or whatever, knock off these women all over the place, and, you know, back up a bunch of, get a bunch of bodies, notches in their belt or whatever they want to call it, rack up a bunch of bodies or whatever. They thought it was okay to do all that, you know cheat every time they got into a relationship. They thought it was okay to cheat and all this kind of stuff, and they thought it was all fun and games until they one day they found themselves alone and sickly. Now all of a sudden they want somebody to come in and take care of them, and act like, do the duties that a woman would be doing if she was married to a husband for over 20 years. You know what I mean? As if, that's the kind of love and attention that he now wants. And he may be checking, he may be trying to, what they call circling the block. He may be trying to circle the block and try to look up his exes. You know, he might be trying to circle the block and look up his exes, his ex-wives, ex-girlfriends, ex-women, you know, whatever, whoever that he got knocked up or whatever. He'll be trying to find them and see if they can help. They can come on back in. He's trying to pull one of them back in. They got any sense? Are you crazy? You know what I mean? Just like me, yeah, I got two baby daddies. I added no bones about that. Uh, Neither one of them helped push the stroller. Neither one of them. And I will not be pushing the wheelchair. Okay? All right? I don't care what the situation is. I'll let you know of any home care agencies in your area. I'll let you know of any hospice facilities. I'll let you know of any nursing homes or assisted living. I'll be more than happy to inform you of those things. But pushing the wheelchair, you didn't help to push the stroller. I'm not pushing your wheelchair. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. That's something for these men to think about. And when y'all so busy knocking women up and thought it was all fun and games to, oh, that's, you should have chose better. You should have kept your legs closed. It's your fault. Not supporting your children, not being there. Then those same men expect for the children that they abandon to come in to help take care of them. Now, the Bible says honor your parents. Sometimes we do have to show our parents grace, but what's happening is a lot of these children are saying, no, no, you wasn't even there for me when I was growing up. Are you kidding? No. Or some children say, well, I stuck them in a nursing home. And a lot of nursing homes are filled with men that didn't do right. They didn't do right when they didn't do right by their women, the women that they were with. They didn't do right by their kids, and they find themselves in the nursing homes or assisted livings by themselves, not having anybody to care. And I'm not making light of it or anything, but this is the reality. This is something for men to think about. This is something for men to think about. When you're out there playing around and everything and doing this and that and the other, and you think it's all fun and games, and you think it's okay to not take accountability and blame women for everything, and you know, you think all that stuff is cute. It is cute when you're young. No, it's never cute, but y'all think it's cute. It ain't never cute. But when you're full of youth and vigor, then it's good, right? It's all good. But then when you get older and you find yourself having some health issues, that's when it becomes, and that's when reality hits. See, life, remember guys, life comes around full circle. Life is like a boomerang. Whatever you throw out there, whatever you pull out, it's going to boomerang back to you. Okay? Life comes around full circle. People call it, the world calls it karma. The Bible calls it reaping what you sow. But whatever you put out there in that universe, it's going to come back around to you. Okay? So when you don't do right when you're younger, when you're a man and you think you're doing all this stuff and you think it's all for cool and fun, and then you get to be a particular age and you're sickly, now you want some woman that, like some women, you know, they might have a caregiving spirit and want that companionship, but there's a lot of women are saying no. A lot of women are hip to that now. You know, a lot of women are getting being embracing singleness, securing their singleness, and a lot of women saying no, no. And me, I'm having issues myself. As far as I'm concerned, I'm having issues myself. I'm not finna be no hospice. I'm not finna be doing that. I'm not finna do that. I'm taking care of my mother, helping take care of my mother right now, and that's where the buck stops. Okay. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because I got issues myself. No, I'm not doing it. And so that's what a lot of women are saying, particularly the women with children. You didn't help push the stroller. I'm not helping to push the wheelchair. Okay? So that, yeah, they're looking for a nurse and a purse. And a lot of these women are hip to that now. They're thinking these women are desperate. There might be some out there that might be. But a lot of women are saying, nope, I'm not doing it. So that's something for men to think about. That's something for men to think about. Life comes back around full circle. So I just wanted to, I said that the other day. That was funny. I put that in that comment section. Of course, I borrowed it off of somebody. I had the ladies cracking up in there. If he like if you y'all if you married young and that man stuck by you, he helped you with the children. He did everything he could in his power to provide. Y'all 20, 30 years in, 40 years in, and he gets sick. Oh, he deserves all the care in the world. You and the children should be doing everything you can to take care of him because that man deserves it. He earned it. He deserves it. He was a good husband and he was a good father. He deserves it. I'm not talking about that. But these men that are out here doing all this extra stuff and doing all this stuff when they're young and they think it's cute, breaking hearts all over the place, knocking women off all over the place, cheating all over the place, and they thought it was all fun and games. And they get to be a particular age and find themselves with some health issues. All the time they were doing that, they could have been building. They could have been building. They could have been acquiring some wealth. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You do it when you're young so you can secure your future. Okay, a smart man does that. Smart men do that. A wise man does that. A wise man builds up builds up himself, build up his finances, build up his wealth when he's younger. That way when he's older, yeah, he's got a nice little nest egg. That's what a smart man does. That's what a wise man does. But an unwise man, that's what they do. Particularly if they don't have a relationship with God. Like I say, they drive past the church, that's about it. All of a sudden now they sickly and alone and older. Now, oh, okay, I'm going to go to the church. It's trying to look for a nurse and a person. Going to the church to see if they know a lot of women go to the church. They go to the church to see if they can find a nurse and a purse. A lot of ladies are saying, nope, sorry about your luck. I'll let you, I'll be more than happy to inform you of any home care facilities, nursing homes, assisted livings, home care. That's what they get paid to do. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. And until the next video, you guys be safe and be blessed.